One more. Two more. Is it recording? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Forza World podcast. This is the very first episode that we are recording. It's been 10 years in the making that we've been waiting to do this, so we're excited to finally be here. We're excited to do this, and let's get right into it.
Yeah. I mean, beforehand, it's been, like Aaron says, 10 years.
Because you started this in, 2013?
Yeah, I was submitting my own stuff prior. People who might not know the background of how we started and everything, it's for the majority been an Instagram page.
Yeah.
And prior to me starting it, it was like 2 or 3 guys that would take pictures and post them, and people would submit stuff, kind of like what's everybody does now.
Yeah.
But back then it was like 2 guys. Yeah. That was it.
And there were only, because I remember following the 3 or 4 big pages that were on Instagram, because there weren't many. There were so few Forza pages on Instagram at the time. It
was Forza International, Forza fan page, and then somebody else. That was it.
Yeah.
And I love submitting stuff to it. But yeah, that's how this page started, and it grew and it grew. And I mean, as the game grew, right, with more like in-game video options and different shareable things, I mean, that's how we got hooked up.
Yeah.
Right? That's how we met. Yeah. It was just, I'm always this guy sending in 6 shot after 6 shot. And it got me thinking well, why don't we do all these other different sort of group pages? So there was Forza Canada, Forza America, Forza Europe, Forza Australia, Forza Japan, and all these guys were from those respective countries.
But that really didn't start until Forza Horizon 3?
It was 2 and 3.
2 and 3?
Yeah, because there was a couple little pages here and there.
Because I remember I was initially going to run Forza Europe, and then you found out that I was from Canada.
Yes.
And then you're going to you said, nope, we're going to switch it over to Forza Canada.
Yeah, actually what it was me, there was a page called Forza Universe, and then I had Forza Horizon 2, and those were kind of the 3 pages, and I thought, okay, we can do way more than this.
Yeah.
And again, this doesn't sound groundbreaking now, it isn't. But it was kind of unheard of at the time. There was not this group of Forza pages. There was really only still even then 15 pages, right? And that's how me and Aaron met. And it just kind of worked out. He was out in Ontario. For those who don't know, we're both Canadian. If you couldn't tell by my goddamn accent.
How's it going, eh?
Yeah, Jesus.
Just from up north there, buddy.
So it's legit. Yeah, me and Aaron met on Xbox, and now we're living in the same city. It's pretty crazy. And he was from Edmonton. I'm from this pathetic town called Sarnia, which is about 3 hours away from Toronto. Really, yeah.
It is quite pathetic.
It's not good. It's not
the
good.
only thing that we have going for us is a bridge, and everything is named after the bridge.
There's a bridge out of this country, thankfully, about 10 minutes from here.
Yes.
It doesn't take you to a much better country, but there is more food options, so I'm okay with it. The driving roads in Michigan are
terrible. Didn't they break your car?
They did break my car.
They broke your car.
My car broke down today, and it shouldn't have broke down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so beat the literal wheels off my car. Fucking Michigan, but
yeah.
That's another thing too. This podcast is going to be vulgar. It will be fucking vulgar, actually. And I'm really tough. I'm very tough. But it's true. That was one of the other things. And you might ask, well, what took us so long, right? It's been 10 years. We haven't done a show. We haven't done a podcast. We haven't gone on camera, really, until this year. That was it.
No.
And
we did the brief thing with Driven. We did the brief thing with Live.
Yeah, we started to kind of get into it with Driven 21, and we were enjoying it, really. And it just felt like now was the time. It felt like we could be kind of an interesting voice where we can talk about Forza. We can talk about motorsports and cars and just the culture Formula in general. Working on your own car, stupid stuff I don't know. I just I don't know of anybody really who kind of blends all that together. There's so many great people out there who are really good at each individual one of those things. Yeah, and I don't know. I want to give a little bit different flavor, and I just want to have some fun with it, really. And one of the ways I think we can have some fun with it is being honest and being vulgar and being open about it and giving opinions about the game and stuff like that, and about cars in general. I have 2 complaints. So
only 2.
Yeah, I was about to say let's just get into it, but I'm going to go a little different direction. I was going to talk Forza, but this is not just an all Forza podcast.
Nope.
In reality, it's probably going to be one of the least things we talk about. It's going to be a variety of everything.
Yeah, Forza is definitely going to be something that we talk about, but it's going to be more about the car community itself.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice mix. And yes, he heard this earlier, complaining. I am so sick of look at me, okay? I am so sick of all these Hyundai commercials. I can't take it.
No.
That's it. Like, it's just, they're everywhere. They got this stupid El Camino looking thing. It just got this, like, demented face on it. They got the stupid SUVs. And, like, oh my God. And it's just like I don't know how it is worldwide. I know we got a lot of people, in Europe and everything.
Yeah.
There are so many goddamn Hyundai commercials. And I can't, like...
It's a lot.
If it was a cool car, give me an Alpha commercial or something. It's every... I don't know.
3rd or 4th commercial?
Yeah. And like sometimes in the same string, they're like back to back. I can't take it. It's so dumb.
And the lady that does it, she's half American, half Australian.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know what he's talking about, this woman changes her accent like mid-sentence. She's just like all over the world, like Ancestry.com, all over the place. And it's like, what accent does she have? So I can't do any accents. But she's got like this Australian thing going on. She kind of sounds like she's like really drugged up, but she's British. Like it's just so weird for a Korean car company advertising in Canada and America. It's bizarre. So I'm sick of Hyundais. I'm sick of the commercials. If this somehow gets in front of somebody who runs that marketing division, stop, please. Just do what everybody else does. Put some EDM song on and just fucking it's got fucking leather. It's got leather. Unreal.
What was that one brand that we saw a car commercial for that was just absolutely perfect, where there was just music?
Volvo.
That's it. Thank you.
Not Polestar. Volvo. They make good commercials too, but oh my! I don't even remember what song they picked.
No.
Oh, God damn it! Horizon 1, New Order, Blue Monday. Blue Monday.
Yes.
So
that's it. That's all you need. You just need a good song with a good vibe. And just B-roll footage.
Yeah. Unreal song.
Yep.
Fantastic. And I don't know. What was that song in, Aaron?
Oh.
What was that song in?
I don't know. Was it Horizon 1?
It was.
Oh, was it? I knew it.
So, like, it just all comes back to this. And that's actually complaint number 2 for today. Like, that game soundtrack was really good. That's not where I was going to go with it. But it's just, how is this game that's almost as old as Forza World, a little bit older, or actually a little bit younger. Sorry,
it's older because it was introduced in 2012.
Was it 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was older. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how is this game that's that old? Like, how does it still seem like it's better than what's going on now with Horizon 5?
Fortnite ruined it.
Why?
Fortnite ruined it for everything. So
Fortnite.
Hush, let me speak.
Okay, I don't know if you're drunk, man. Jesus. Okay, continue.
So with Fortnite came out with this, Epic Games in general, they came out with this game model where you'd have weekly content released every single week. And if you didn't play during that week, you missed out on that exclusive content.
So nobody did that before Fortnite?
Nobody did that before Fortnite.
Yeah, because that's where like the earliest memory I have.
2014.
Okay.
So because it didn't
go Fortnite was?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So or 2015, I don't know, whatever
Roughly,
year.
it's still a long time.
Yeah. Who cares? So you'd have the games that would typically come out. You'd have the base game. You'd have the car packs. Like speaking of Forza, you had all the car packs that would come out with the 7 cars, and it would come out monthly. So you'd have something to do for a month, and then it would kind of dry out. And then you have something to do for a month, and then it would kind of dry out.
Right.
Whereas now, it's just, if you don't play these 6 events that you've already done 17 times before, you're going to miss out on the new Ferrari SF90.
Right.
And you're like, I really want that car.
Yeah, like there's something to be said for that, actually, because it's not even like you used to earn cars. Like it was just the pack would drop, there'd be a tweet or something, you get a DM on the game, and then you got the cars.
You'd have an Unreal trailer for the car pack.
The trailers were really good too. I forgot about that. That is true. Also, look it up. IGN December
car pack.
Forza Horizon 1, the single best like minor DLC like trailer I've ever seen. It had no business being that good. Mord Mustang song in the background.
Yep,
so good.
Ferrari F12 ripping through Colorado.
GT40 Mark III thing.
Yeah, it was the GT.
Not GT.
It was the GT.
It was GT Mark 40 or something like that.
It was the convertible.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a convertible.
Yeah.
Anyways, there was a real, like, it was honestly a good pack to begin with. But you make a good point that you don't have to earn the cars anymore, or like you didn't have to earn. You have to earn them now. But the problem is, if you miss out on a week, you don't get those cars. And it's weekly,
and it's time gated. So if you or someone like myself has that 1 day a week where they can play, you have to literally grind out every single game that you own that has that weekly model. And then you just get bored of it because you're like, I don't want to go and play these 6 races again. And then it gets
That's
frustrating.
True.
So,
but the problem is, you're still right. You mentioned it. Like, it's the same shit over and over. And it's like the same challenges. And it's like, oh, it's a different cliff though. And like this time you have to do it in a convertible. And you're like, sweet, okay. And then you go to do it. You like do whatever the circumstance is.
Challenges.
And then it's like, but there's like usually like a lead up and you have to do it in like a certain order, some of them or whatever. And then it's like, oh, actually, like that's not the right convertible. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, weren't you talking about that? Like one of the Paganis or something?
There was a one season where you had to do a speed zone in a topless supercar or open top.
What was the verbiage they used?
Open top supercar.
Right.
So
which
I tried
is
to
very vague.
I tried to do it in the Zonda Cinque Roadster.
Side note, by the way. Open top supercar.
Certifiably,
yeah.
Roadster. No roof.
Is it a Targa technically?
No.
Is it permanent?
It's not permanent. There's a fabric hood that you can...
it's fabric?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So open top. That is... I would categorize that as
you have to
top.
manually put on the roof. There's no automatic...
But there's a hole in the top of it.
There's a hole.
Okay, so I'd call that a top.
Open top.
Okay. All right.
Didn't work. Incorrect car.
Stupid.
Incorrect car. Aventador J didn't work.
Aventador J didn't.
Aventador J didn't work. So I had to...
They might categorize that as a track toy, which still is stupid because it is an open top.
It is an open top supercar.
Yeah, like it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I had to do it in the Monza. And the Monza worked. But the Monza and the...
The Monza's the same thing.
Same thing as the SVJ.
Is the Monza street legal?
Yeah. Monza street legal. But they never made the Aventador J.
But then
so
it hurts my head because it's like, well, the fucking Monza, like... It's the same... Like,
it's the same concept as the Aventador
Like,
J.
if we're going to get that specific, the game somehow knows that was like a road legal car, but the other one wasn't road legal.
Or it wasn't actually made.
Why not... Yeah, exactly. Why not specify that in the requirement?
Yeah.
Instead of... I don't know.
Or when you go in and you ask, oh, what are the restrictions for this specific event? And you're like, oh, well, you need one of these 4 or 5 cars. Rather than, here's a vague description of what you need. If you try it and it doesn't work, that sucks.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
And another thing, I know this is another thing that we were talking about on how to unlock new cars. I think they should bring back unicorn cars. But in a way that makes it so you have to work to unlock them.
Yeah.
So let's say you have the C5 Corvette and you had to do a special series of challenges or you have to unlock an accolade in that C5 Corvette to unlock the Lingenfelter C5 Corvette.
Ooh, Lingenfelter Corvette.
Which, that one was in Motorsport 2.
And 3, I would think.
Was it 3?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good times.
The unicorn cars, I do miss those quite a bit, actually.
Because Horizon 1 had them. Horizon 2 didn't.
It did. Yeah, that would have been the last game. That would have been the last game.
That's pretty crazy. But, and so it's frustrating to see where the game is going because we know it's capable of more.
Yeah, and I mean, when it came out...
you know it's capable of
more. There's definitely going to be people listening to this that aren't 100% in tune with Forza, or they don't know everything about it, or you know what I mean? Not that we do either, but, I could definitely make a pretty stiff bet that I know what's wrong with it.
Yes.
And it sucks. It really does, because that first 2 months... It felt different. This game.
Did,
like I was like, I'm going to be hooked on this game. I'm going to be playing this game a lot more than 3 and 2. And then it just fell off, and I didn't care anymore. And I didn't really know why. And actually, you make a good point. The weekly stuff. I don't like doing that. Like if I want to play my own pace. Like it sounds stupid, and it's like, oh, like fuck this guy for having like a busy schedule and everything. But it's like, you know what? Everybody has that. Everybody has that 1 week where it's like I can't really get on. But it's like, oh, they have the F8 Tributo or whatever on this week.
And they have an Unreal car, and you're like, I really want to unlock this car, but I don't
forget. Or you forget right? Like it's dumb. Like I forgot to get the Aventador J. That's my favorite car ever. I love that car. and I still don't have it. I think the last time I got it was
it Horizon
3 with the Fortune Island stuff.
Yeah.
That took forever too. I got that like last year.
Yeah. Which was a long time ago.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Crazy.
In the
you were still
video games.
You were still out in Alberta, I think, when
was.
that game was out. Yeah.
Well, because remember when I first showed up and the Horizon 3 demo was released the week that I was in town.
Unreal. That was where it all kind of went wrong for me.
And speaking about Horizon 3, I've noticed that I've been replaying Horizon 1, 2, and 3 more than I've been playing Horizon 4 and 5.
I don't blame you. Like, it's an easier play.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, there's definitely some issues with direction, I think, in Horizon 3.
Yep.
It's a fun game, but there's no obligation of, like coming back. The Fortnite thing, like you're talking about. And then 4 and 5. I think I don't know. Good intentions. I understand why they did it, but
just didn't quite. It didn't quite fit the feel of.
It doesn't fit.
The game.
It doesn't fit it. No. They don't really understand that. I don't think. And you know what? To be fair, I didn't really know how to articulate that, but I agree now that you say it. I don't know. Anyways, that's enough Forza talk for today.
Yes.
I'm getting too frustrated. I want to fucking throw my controller or something.
Not the Horizon 5 controller.
No, I love that. I love that controller.
It's probably one of the best controllers.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Did you ever get the Motorsport 6 controller?
No.
No?
Because I thought it would be around for a bit, and they just sold out really quickly. Like, absurdly quickly.
The bumper on mine broke.
Yeah.
And I can't even get it replaced.
I know. It's too difficult.
Yeah. So moving away from Forza, how about that Miami GP?
I don't know.
You watched the race, right?
I did, yeah. And I would say out of myself and Aaron, I'm definitely more of the resident F1 guy. Aaron and I are definitely like shared in our interest in IMSA.
Yes.
Great series. A little bit of FIA WEC in there, stuff like that, like general motorsport.
Yeah.
F1, yeah, I definitely watch a lot more.
Yes.
And
you beat your meat to F1, that's for sure.
I wouldn't say that. I probably yanked my yam to it. But it's good. Like, I don't know. The Miami GP, there was a lot of flash. There was a lot of like cliche F1 garbage where it's like, oh, this celebrity, that celebrity, this person's a celebrity. Like, it was a little bit of that. There's a lot of
Aren't
that.
they on TikTok?
It was a lot of that, and it was just a big spectacle. And I get a lot of people don't like that, myself included. I don't care, just race. But you know what? It was good for the sport. Like, that race will do more single-handedly than any other race will to grow it.
Yep.
Right? Monaco is just as much of a spectacle, but you're a muppet if you think that's going to grow the sport. Because it's the same people who have been going for 45 years.
Yeah.
It's the same families. It's the same people, right?
Yeah. And Monaco's such an old track that people know the layout.
People know everything. People got their routine down. They know the hotel they're going to stay at. They know everything.
Yeah.
So Miami was a new experience because you're getting all these people down there. You've already got this wave in North America of people being like, oh shit, like this is really good.
Oh wow, there's something where they turn more than just left. This is crazy.
There's tire wear. There's fuel strategies. Like what?
What is this?
So exactly. So it's like, oh my god, it's good for the sport. That's number one, and that honestly is the most important thing about that race.
About the Miami GP.
Yeah, like a lot of people thought it was boring. I didn't think it was the most exciting race ever. I didn't think it was the most boring race either.
Really?
No, it was like a middle of the pack race. And you know what? For a first time GP to be right in the middle, that's insane. Because you've still got to work out like issues with like certain chicanes or certain corners. Like I know there was a big issue about one of the corners.
14.
Something like that didn't have enough barriers and they refused to put them in. Or it was just to kind of suppress the concrete a little bit. I think Ocon went in at like 50 G's on one of the like corners. And it didn't, I don't know, it looked bad. I didn't look 50 G's bad.
Yeah.
But looking at the telemetry later, it's like, oh my God. So I don't know. It accomplished what it needed to accomplish. It's only going to get better. It's in a great spot. Like, I mean, Miami is perfect for it.
That's the type of community like that or California. Yeah. But, I mean, California regulations wouldn't even allow Formula One in there because they'd be like, that's too much noise.
Isn't that actually a thing, though? I heard somebody say that's, like, actually part of it. Because Laguna Seca, I heard, has some crazy, like, noise limit that's different than other tracks. I remember hearing this. I think what it was the 911 RSR had that crazy, one of the best, probably top 10 exhausts on a motorsport car ever.
On a motorsport car, yes,
Yeah.
top 10. But for like a GTLM, I'd say top 3.
Yep.
For modern ones,
Corvette's up there.
Corvette's up there.
C7.
Like C7.
C7, important.
And then, do you remember the Ford, like the old Ford GT, the one with the V8? Do you remember that one?
Oof.
That
one. It sounded
that
like a
one was good.
60s car or
Yeah,
something.
that one was really good.
The modern Ford GT was not as good. It was it's terrible. It sounded like you eating Timbits or something.
I was going to say, it sounded like a Hoover vacuum.
It would be great to see something go out in California, whether that be Sonoma, whether that be Laguna Seca, whether that be some other track I'm not thinking of, because those are the only two I can remember right now. But it would be cool to see something out that way. But you know what? There kind of is, I guess, in Vegas.
Speaking of, I was going to give a rant about restrictions.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know how, especially nowadays, people are like, oh, well, you can't have a modified exhaust system because it's only meant for fear and fear-mongering, and you can't be too loud.
Yeah.
So let's
people do say that. People are insane.
Yeah, people are insane.
Yeah. And then Harleys, by the way.
But that's
Harleys
exactly my point.
That's what you're going to say?
That's what I'm going to say. So you go to a Jaguar dealership and you buy a brand new or slightly used because they're discontinued, the F-Type SVR. Like the big boy, 575 horsepower with one of the most insane soundtracks on a road car. Or even a GT500 and you open up the valves. You go flying down the road in that thing and it's loud. Like it echoes.
You feel it here.
Oh yeah. But then people are all pissed off about stuff like that and they're like, you're fear-mongering. I don't like it when your Volkswagen Golf is missing a catalytic converter and it's slightly too loud.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, you'll have this pack of like 16, 17 Harley Davidsons running down the street and they're like,
yeah.
And then everyone's
Very
like,
good South Park episode, by the way. Very good South Park episode.
Yeah, this is fine. I'm not bothered by the sound at all.
No, I don't get it. I don't get the complaints more than anything. It's people almost seem to forget that's like that goes on. And I would wager they get ticketed less than...
Oh, yeah.
Because it's almost commonplace. Like if you have a Harley or you have something like that, like it's just loud. It's just that's the way it is.
But another thing
that pisses
me off about bikes, you get a loud Harley, no one cares. You get a loud sports bike, everyone loses their mind.
That is true, isn't it?
You get a Ninja or
like a real nice Ducati or something.
Really nice Ducati, an Aprilia. You get I guess Moto Guzzi's aren't that loud, but a nice loud Italian sports bike or a Japanese sports bike.
There is a refinement to it.
Exactly. Yeah. But that like at 11,000 RPM, people are like, oh my God, look at that hooligan racing down the road.
True.
But then you have some, 70, 80-year-old dude on a Harley that has his prostate fallen off because he's sitting there vibrating and he gets off his bike. And the guy's like, well, okay, you see an old man get off a bike, and they're like,
I don't know if that was the word choice.
Excuse me, sir, do you have Parkinson's? And he's like, no, I drive a Harley. And you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I don't like the direction this is going in. Talking about weird prostate men on bizarre bikes.
I'm eating my Imbitch.
Anyways, I need to get off of this topic. That is enough.
You don't like the topic of vibrating men?
I don't. Not in the slightest. We need to move away from this. Honestly...
How's the fuel economy in your car?
Like in my actual car? That's not good.
No?
No, not good. It's, I don't know. It's not good, I'll say. I think right now we're at 17 liters per 100.
I don't even know what that is in miles per gallon. I don't. I'm not good with conversions.
I don't know what that is, actually.
Probably like...
Flash it on the screen. Or whatever.
3 miles to the gallon.
There won't be a screen on the podcast, but it won't be good.
3 miles to the gallon.
It won't be good. No, it wouldn't be that. It'd probably be like...
8.
No, it wouldn't be that bad. It'd be like 10.
Oh, you're really...
You're
really pushing the boundary there.
No, I don't know. I don't know how far off I'd be on that. But no, it hasn't been good. Like, God, I'm so sick of these fuel prices. It's brutal. And you know what's crazy, actually, is in the UK...
It's even worse.
Really bad.
It's worse.
Somebody DM'd us in Italy. They were like, I don't know where they were in Italy. If it was like maybe like not in a major city or something.
It would have been the equivalent. I think it was like $7 a liter or something like that for regular.
Oh my God!
And we're losing our mind that it's $2.
Yes, it is $2. Yeah.
Like it's $2 a liter, and we're having an aneurysm.
In the States, it's
between 4 and 6.
$4.50 a gallon.
Yeah, between 4 and 6 a gallon.
Near us, it's $4.50 a gallon, which is the same as I think it's like $1.40 a liter for regular.
Yeah.
Which honestly, it was that here not long ago.
But then
it's pretty scalable with the States, to be honest.
Yeah, and the problem is, yes, it's technically cheaper, but as soon as we go down and there's the conversion, we're paying just as much. Realistically.
Yeah, that is an issue. Yeah.
So it's we could
that is true actually. Yeah, because I've been filling up over there, and I'm like,
it's not really getting you
much
more. Well, other than a broken car.
God, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, it hasn't been good to say the least.
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, how you light up my dashboard.
Yeah, holy cow, so bad. I might video that when we fix it. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on the problem.
It was a speed sensor, wasn't it?
Speed sensor. Yeah, I have no idea what that looks like taking that off. I think it's a whole bearing assembly or something. I don't know, but I'll have to. I don't know.
I can change my oil. Change my brakes, change my tires.
Like honestly, I would doubt
anything breaks in Jeremy Clarkson. I'm hitting it with a hammer and hoping it works.
Yes, that is me. I would do that. I will do that actually. Yeah, hammer. Okay, so oh my god, I'm tired, man.
That was rough. Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting. We did a trip to where we're doing this now, and then we realized that we forgot an adapter. So then we had to go to Best Buy to try and pick one up. Or no, it was Staples first.
Staples. We just mentioned the two most generic big box stores, by the way, in Canada and the US. Oh my god. I would have fought anybody in that store. Like, absolutely. I'm trying to get a USB-C to A adapter. And this city's got 80,000 people in it. This is a reasonably sized city.
It's not a small town.
This is not a city where people drive about in tractors.
No.
This is a reasonable city.
Yeah, there's no Amish people with horse and buggies.
There's things here and things to buy.
Yep.
Apparently, one of those things is not an adapter.
No.
For the love of God.
And they have to be locked away because it's a $25 piece.
It was a $25 adapter. $25 adapter.
You got to
and it's locked in a safe. I wait for 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. These people are bumbling about. They have no idea what they're doing. I'm being very nice.
Patient.
I don't sound nice now. I wish I was mean. I wish I was meaner in person. But for the love of God. So this whole ordeal happens. We're trying to get the adapter to set this up. We'll probably have a picture of this setup posted somewhere. It's pathetic. It's not great. It's not great. The fucking mounts that we're using look like they came out of a 2-4 a beer.
Yeah.
They do.
It's like one of those things where you push the button to try and win the prize as the
lines
go up.
No, that's being too nice to these. These look like the selfie sticks you get at a case of beer, and we would have been better off just duct taping it to a pole. Or one of the legs on the table. So
the plastic fold-out table that we have.
God, it's just it took so long. Staples doesn't have this thing.
Nope.
Best Buy closed at 7:00.
Yep.
7:00.
Yep. Walmart
on a weekday. Crazy. So and then Walmart, which I don't even want to go to because I they're just so busy. They didn't have it either. We actually had the foresight to check it online. Although Staples said they had it online and they didn't.
Nope.
Thanks. So we have to go all the way back, 15 minutes back. Then I have to stop for gas. And then there's gravel everywhere. And then the gas station's partially closed. I wanted to drive into the lake, directly into the lake with my car and just go for a bath.
Take the tolls.
That's where I'm still at. I'm tired. I want some food. I want a beer. That's a good question, actually. I don't even know the answer to this. What is your favorite beer?
What is my favorite beer?
Not domestic, I guess, but like generic.
Like generic, IPA or red or whatever.
Just like I'm talking any time of day, like the most, like what is your Swiss Army knife beer? What is it?
I don't know. Like I like a nice light lager, but at the same, it really depends.
That's the problem. It does.
It does depend. You can't. I don't have a go-to beer because it depends. It depends on the time of day. Mm-hmm. It depends on the mood that you're in. Because if you're in a mood for something heavy, you're going to go for a draft.
Yeah.
But if you don't want a draft, which you can't wake up at 7:00 in the morning and think, I want a beer. Let me crack open a draft.
You can. Usually your license is suspended and your wife has left you, but you can do that. I don't know. know. Like, I was thinking about
Do
that.
you have one? Like, is that why you're asking?
Well, I was asking because I don't really know either. Like, sure. I mean, I've heard, you know what? Graydon, you know Graydon.
Yes, I do.
As a buddy, you guys will never know Graydon. He's just a guy who scuba dives all the time that I know. And he lives in the Caribbean. And he does. He moved down there. He does. And he says that Heineken is significantly different there than it is here. Yeah. Even in the States, he says it's not even close. Yeah, but like everything is different depending on where you go. Because I remember when we went to... It's different.
Coca-Cola's different. Yeah. I remember when we went down to the Detroit GP and we had Wendy's, and the Wendy's was completely different.
It was not as good.
No.
It was swill. It was not good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Want to talk about terrible coffee in the States?
Where did we go?
What do you mean, where did we go? In bits.
Oh, yes.
You threw it off the bridge.
I did. I did do that.
Over the way to Belle Isle, you're like, trash. You opened up the lid and you threw it out.
That was really bad.
And then you threw out the empty cup in the bin.
Yes. There was a lot of shenanigans when we went to the Detroit Grand Prix.
Was it a tornado?
There was a tornado. There was actually a tornado. Like, legitimately a tornado. Yeah. No, it was crazy.
It was hectic.
No, we'll I'll have to post some pictures of that sometime. Actually, we should go again this year.
Yes,
because I think they're doing it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure because it was like kind of like they didn't really do it last year, or they might have done it last year, but they didn't do the Canadian one or something.
I don't think so.
I don't remember, but it's been very.
We're doing the IMSA one though.
We are doing the IMSA one.
Yeah, Canadian Time Motorsport.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's July or Canada Day long weekend. For all you pillocks out there who don't know what the Canada Day long weekend is, it's right before your less exciting 4th of July.
Yes, July 1st.
Yeah.
For those keeping score, it is July 1st. It's 3
yes.
days before. So, honestly, it's probably a good time to talk about that weekend, though.
It is.
This will be the clip that goes out, really. And, I mean, we're going to be going to 2 races. Well, I'm going to be going to 2 races. You're going to be going to 1 race. So, I'm going to be going to...
I'm going to be at the Vintage Grand Prix as well.
Yeah, right. So we're doing 3. It's going to be a really fun summer. So we're going to be doing the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal. Should be a lot of fun. Honestly, it is. And Andrew is the 3rd member of this team, and you're going to be seeing a lot of him.
He drives a clapped out Civic, but it's not a clapped out Civic. It's
really nice. It's actually like probably faster. I think it is faster than my car.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it's quick. It's like an early 2000 Civic. It's stripped down like it is a track car. It's really cool, and it's very unassuming. But anyway,
it sounds like a cammed V8.
It does sound cammed. He thought it was a timing issue, but he's like, no, it's just this new block he picked up, or some part. I don't know. He knows. He's the technical guy. Yeah. He's a much more exciting James May, I would say.
We may be sitting in a shop, but we know little.
Yeah. But you know what? No, it's going to be great. It's Canada Day long weekend, so
July 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
Yeah, that weekend is the IMSA weekend. Yep. And IMSA is the equivalent in Europe of FIA WEC, World Endurance Championship.
Yeah.
So it's
better in North America because we don't have as many sound restrictions, but we don't have as many cars as FIA WEC.
Yeah, there was like 2 years there where it was almost identical, and then a lot of that got scaled back because of COVID and everything. Yeah. But yeah, Canada Day long weekend. We're gonna be going down. It's an IMSA race, so it's gonna be your Ferraris, your Lamborghinis, your Corvettes, all that stuff, and multi-class racing too. So it's gonna be very fun. We've got some really cool stuff planned. It sounds like we're gonna be doing. We might be doing a couple laps ourselves, but we're at least gonna be doing some ride-alongs and some very, very cool cars. I'm not gonna say what yet. Aaron likes the cars that we're going to be in, though. I can say that much.
I'm going to be bringing changes of underwear.
Many. It's crazy. You guys
possibly some adult diapers.
Yeah, like we're going to talk about not the adult diapers more, but we're going to talk about the cars that we're going to be in a lot more in the next couple weeks here. Yeah. And it's just insane that this is what's going to be happening on the track and off the track too. I mean, one thing that's going to be there is that John Player Special Lotus F1 car.
Yep,
and we're going to get some very, very cool up-close shots of that. And we're going to have some access to it that nobody else is, which is crazy because it's kind of a first for us. And
it is. Especially something of this level. Especially, the winning John Player
It was the winning
Lotus.
one, yeah. So it was that chassis won 3 Grand Prix. that year. It was like, I don't remember exactly. I think it was like Monaco.
1978.
78. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So One Long Beach, I know that.
Yeah.
By the way, great Formula One track. Bring it back, please.
Please. Like you're talking about Miami.
Love, like Miami is awesome.
Miami's nice.
I do like it, but there's a reason Indy is still there, and there's a reason IMSA's still there.
Yeah.
But
even Formula Drift, like that is such a sweet Formula Drift track.
It's a very versatile
Formula E track as well.
Yeah, it's very versatile, especially for a street circuit.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of elevation changes people don't really know.
No.
Which is cool. But
and you don't even notice it, in any sort of game. Like
no,
if you're
in Forza
in a game,
you don't.
You don't notice any elevation changes, but
it's there. Yeah, but if you see the views in cockpit, it's crazy. But speaking of in cockpit, that might be something we'll be able to do with a lot of these vintage F1 cars. There's multiple vintage F1 cars there, legit ones, not just shells or duplicate cars or whatever, spares. They're like winning chassis and. Just a lot of awesome access.
Yeah.
And it's exciting because we get to share it. That's really the most exciting part about this is
we want to. We never experienced. We never thought that we'd have this opportunity to do.
No.
So the least that we can do is try and get it out to everybody else.
Yeah, because it's legitimately my favorite race series, and it was honestly the reason I started watching it was Forza.
Yeah.
Because there's so many cars. We're in, Forza Motorsport 4, 5, and 6. Like, there's just so many icons I can think of, especially the Viper.
Yeah.
And that's what got me into it. And I've seen the angles at these tracks. I've seen Sebring in person during one of these race weekends. And the ability to get even closer in the pit areas is that's a spot we're going to be. Not just the paddock. Like, we're going to be on pit lane. Mm-hmm. We're going to be in trailers.
Yeah.
We're going to be in the tents, talking to teams, talking to mechanics.
Yep.
They're going to be showing
drivers,
all their tool setups. Like a great. Actually, I'll wait on that.
Let's leave that for.
I want to finish explaining.
Yes.
How crazy the summer is going to be.
Yes.
So we're doing F1. It's going to be awesome. We're doing 5 days. I'm doing 5 days in Montreal.
Yep.
We're also going to be doing that IMSA weekend. There's a lot of unbelievable things that we're going to be doing there. They've been very, very kind to us, and there's items we're going to be giving away as well, courtesy of the track. And we're hoping to see some of you guys there because for those in the New York area, for those in Canada, Michigan, this is a very, very close race to you guys.
It is.
Like, this is an hour, less than an hour outside of Toronto.
Less than an hour.
It's crazy. And it's probably it's the second best track in Canada outside of the Villeneuve circuit.
Yeah.
Just is, straight up. And yeah, we're just excited to go to that. And Aaron is going to be going to that Vintage GP weekend.
Yep.
Which is also at Mosport.
That's at Mosport as well.
Yeah, the week before.
That's in the June 17th to 19th. So that was coming up quick.
It is the week before.
Yeah.
Or no. That's the same as the F1 weekend, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
So you're gonna be at one F1 race. Yeah. I'm gonna be at another F1 race.
Are they racing them on the track too?
I don't know if they're racing them. I think they're gonna be driving them, but I don't know if they're gonna be racing them.
You know what?
But I think my weekend's going to be a little bit better because yours is going to be a lot quieter.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about this.
I'm going to be deaf.
I know.
My ears are going to be bleeding.
I know. I'm kind of jealous of that, to be honest, in a weird racing fan way. But I was talking to somebody. I won't say who it was, but they were ripping, I believe the phrasing was ripping the shit out of the Formula One cars at the last Vintage GP.
Really?
That was the phrasing that was used. I think the other one was balls to the wall. That was the other one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's crazy.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like if that's what was going on that Vintage GP weekend, oh my God.
It's going to be sick.
Yeah, like I wonder how many people go to that.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I wonder how many people are actually get to experience
You know what's happening. You better go.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, any of these, like if you can go to any of these races, you need to.
It's worth it.
In your area too, right? Like, I mean, there's going to be people who are close to Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
There's going to be people who are close to
Sebring.
Yeah, a Thea Weck race.
Road Atlanta.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or DTM.
Oh.
Come on. Like, I know it's a GT3 league now. Like, yes, it was cooler when it was touring cars. But
they're still loud. There's still a lot of fun.
It's sick. It's good racing.
It is.
Alex Albon was racing in it. Like, not long ago.
Yep.
It's so sick. Like, that form of motorsport is the best, straight up. I don't want to hear anything about it. Yeah.
No.
And, Something else interesting. We'll get going in a sec, but when we're down in the pit lane and we're in the trailers and everything like that, Andrew was saying one of the things that we got to do is check out what tools they use. Yeah. Because, for those on video, like, you can see behind us, like, Snap-on.
It's a lot of Snap-on.
Choice.
For those who aren't on video, it's a lot of Snap-on.
Yeah. But...
what do teams use?
What do they use? Do they use Snap-on? I don't know. Like, I guess. I've never thought about it.
Yeah.
Like, is there a tool?
Depending on the Formula One team, some of them just snap off, but...
Yeah. Botas. Nice. But it's like, it's true. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not the biggest tool guy. I just always assume, Snap-on's like the top.
That's just the standard one to use.
Like, at least on a retail-ish level. But, like, what do they use in racing?
We end up going... We go through the trailer, and it's just a bunch of DeWalt.
Oh, it better not be Craftsman. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like there's another company I'm forgetting about. Like, there's definitely somebody's screaming in their car right now. Being like, you fucking jackasses! Like, screaming the tool.
It's this one!
Exactly. I don't know what it would be.
I don't know.
I don't remember, but nevertheless, we're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn a lot that weekend, but... What food are we going to go get? We're going to go get food. In celebration of this first podcast here.
Going to go get some non-imbits. Something edible.
Good. Something non-poverty, too.
Like it's Sarnia. Everything's poverty.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Everything sucks here.
We'll get something good going here, but we do appreciate you guys giving this a listen. It's the first episode. We're so excited for this. It's only going to get bigger from here. Yeah, that's what she said. But it is right. Like we've got a lot of exciting races planned. We hope to be partnering with a couple great organizations.
We do, yeah.
Very shortly here, and it's going to enable us to do a lot of really cool stuff that we think you're going to love. And like we say, we think we're going to be bringing a certain flavor here that's not
quite there in any other.
No, it's pretty unique.
Place, yeah,
it's pretty unique. Like, none of the topics specifically are, but just put together, we think it is. So we couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more excited. I'm very proud of how far this has come in the past 10 years, which sounds crazy to say out loud that it has been that long.
Yeah.
This will be probably the only sappy podcast we have.
It's just the first episode because it's a big moment for us.
It's a big deal. It is. This is turning a corner here, and we're seeing that this is kind of something that's feasible. Like, we can do this. We can do this all the time. So for those listening that are going to listen back-to-back podcasts, I'm sure we're going to come out firing next week. There's going to be some swearing. We're going to have some beers going. We're going to have some stories. Like, there's going to be a lot of action.
There's going to be a lot of
stuff next week. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we can't wait. We can't wait to share this with you. And thank you. Thank you for listening to episode 1 of the Forza World podcast.